araw at ilayo niyo po kami sa kapahamakan. Gabayan niyo kami lahat na mag-aaral upang malinang ang aming isipan at maunawaan ng lubos ang anumang leksyon na itinuturo sa amin. Gabayan niyo din po ang aming mga guro upang magkaroon sila ng sapat na katiyagaan upang maihatid sa aming mga estudyante ang mga aral na dapat nilang ituro. Maraming salamat. Amen.
Amen. Good afternoon, everyone. So let's proceed to our...
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah. Oh, please be seated. Charot. Okay. So our topic for today is about political ideologies. So what do we mean by ideology? Ideology is a system of political beliefs, mga paniniwalang politikal, an action-oriented set of political ideas. Many defined ideology as worldview of a particular social class or a social group, the ideas of the ruling class. So others defined ideology as a set of group with the same paniniwala, ganun. A set of view. The term ideology was first coined by Anton Destutt de Tracy during the French Revolution. So, noong French Revolution daw, unang lumabas ang word na ideology. And he defined ideology as the new science of ideas. Also, ideology offers an account of the existing order, usually in the form of worldview. It is also advanced, a model of desired future or a vision of good society. Further, ideology can explain how political changes can and will be brought about. So here in the Philippines, there are different kinds or types of political ideologies and also in around the world. So there are political ideologies na magkakapareho sa mga bansa at meron ding unique sa ibang bansa. So a political ideology is a certain set of ethical idea, principle, doctrines, myth, or symbols of a social institution, class, or large group that explains how society should work and offers some political and cultural blueprints for a certain social order. So political ideologies it compasses of different things. This set of ito yung mga binanggit. And political ideologies differ from one person to another depending on your paniniwala. So maybe yung political ideology o yung paniniwala ko sa politika ay iba sa akin at iba sa inyo. Ganun. Because of certain factors, these things. Ethical, yung background ko, ganun. Social class ko, yung kung mayaman ba ako o mahirap, ganun. A political ideology largely concerns itself with how to allocate power and to what ends it should be. Some political parties follow a certain ideology very closely while others may take broad inspiration from a group of related ideology. So, what are the political parties? Magpapakita ko mamaya. So, political parties are existing and may mga political parties na naniniwala sa isa lang political ideology or naniniwala lang sila kung feminist sila, ganun. Or for capitalist, for businesses, ganun. Or there are political parties na naniniwala sa madaming political ideologies. The popularity of an ideology is in part due to the influence of moral entrepreneurs who sometimes act in their own interest. So, lumaganap ito because of the existing principles or like the election. In election, there are political parties and the existence of political parties opened the minds of the citizens about political ideologies, yung mga political na paniniwala. So this here, these are the well-known political parties here in the Philippines. The first one is the PDP Laban. Kung narinig nyo na to, ang ibig sabihin ng PDP Laban ay Partidong Demokratikong Pilipino, Lakas ng Bansa. So, this one is led by Aquilino Pimentel III. The next one is Nationalista Party. It is led by Manuel Villar. And the Nationalist People's Coalition. Next is the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats and the Partido Liberal. So, sa mga pangalan pa lang niya, magkakaroon ka na ng idea if you have the knowledge about what are the political ideologies existing. Here, sa PDP Laban, pwede mo siyang i-associate kung ito ay isang fascism. Matatakal natin yun mamaya. Dito sa Nationalista Party naman, if you have idea about political ideologies, it's specifically parang the main idea here is nationalism, di ba? Nationalista. So, under nationalism, political ideology na siya. And dito naman, religion naman itong isa. Ayan. Other political parties are Laban ng Demokratikong Pilipino, LPD, Akbayan. Oh, naririnig niyo ang mga political parties kapag merong rally, di ba, sa TV. Sa TV, sa radio, pag may interview, ganon. Di ba? Pag may mga issues, sila ang ini-interview. Yan. Next is the United Nations Nationalist Alliance. The X is Bagong Bayan Volunteers for a New Philippines. I don't know that. Next is the Makabayan, Patriotic Coalition of the Philippines, of the People. Partido Federal ng Pilipinas. Next is Action Demokratiko and many more. Actually, ang daming political parties, especially during elections. There are political parties for yung mga LPGMA, gano'n, narinig nyo na yung LPGMA. That's a political party. So, LPGMA is under capitalism political ideology because it is a business and business is associated with capitalism. Next is kung isa ka magsasaka, ang political party mo ay may political party ang bawat profession actually. Sa amin naman is Teachers Coalition. Ata yun, kasi teacher ka. Ganon. Basta, there are different types of political parties na associated din sa political ideas na merong iisa lang ang political idea na pinanghahawakan. Meron din naman silang merong political parties na madaming pinaniniwala ang political ideology. Ayan. So, what is this? Political ideologies has two dimensions. Next is the goal and the method. Goals, how society should be organized, and methods, the most appropriate way to achieve this goal. So, if you have a specific political ideology, meron siyang associated na goal, why ganon yung political ideology na yun, and how it will be implemented if given the chance. First political ideology is the Anarchism. Anarchism is defined as the central belief that political authority in all forms and especially in the form of the state is both evil and unnecessary. So dito naniniwala sila na ang mga nakaupo sa gobyerno ay walang ginagawa or they do evil things, bad things. Hindi sila nakakatulong sa pag-unlad ng bansa. That is their idea under Anarchism. Another definition of Anarchism is a doctrine urging the abolition of government or government restraint as the indispensable condition for full social and political liberty. So, sila ay kontra talaga sa government. Kahit sinong umupo sa gobyerno, they are there to na against sila sa gobyerno. That is anarchism. Hindi sila naniniwala sa concept ng gobyerno. At sa mga nakaupo dito, that is anarchism. And if may makikita kayong ganito, this is actually, anarchism is parang hindi ka naman terorista, pero you will be tagged as terrorist kasi hindi ka pro-government. Ganun. So, if you see some signs like that dito, so this is associated as a symbol for anarchism. Next, conservatism. Conservatism is the desire to conserve and is reflected in a resistance to, or at least suspicion of, change. The central theme are tradition, human imperfection, organic society, authority, and property. Under conservatism, a political party list is called kanan. Katipunan, bayan, kanan. Okay? So conservatism ay hindi sila naniniwala sa new ideas of change. Sila yung mga tumututol sa mga bagong ideas na nag-a-arise ngayon. An example is this caricature. So, the voice of conservatism. So, dito sabi niya, we don't want you. So, here is the same-sex marriage. Under conservatism, tutol sila sa same-sex marriage because what? Kasi nga, if you're under conservatism, you believe in the traditions, di ba? Na ang babae ay para sa lalaki at ang lalaki ay para sa babae. So, they are against same-sex marriage. Another one is the divorce law. So, as you can see here, this is under religion. Ito, this is actually a Pope hat. Okay? Hindi sila naniniwala sa divorce law because under conservatism, ang pinagbuklod ng Diyos ay hindi pwedeng paghiwalayin ng tao. That is their traditional mindset. Yan. Kaya, 'di ba, hindi pa naipapatupad or hindi nagmo-move ang bill na same-sex marriage and divorce law dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi madaming mga conservatist dito sa Pilipinas. They are against this law. This bill na on process. Ayan. Next, fascism. Fascism, its core theme is an idea of an organically unified national community, embodied in a belief in strength through unity. Individuals, in a literal sense, is nothing. Individual's identity must be entirely absorbed into the community or social group. Here in fascism, kung hindi ka kabilang sa mga grupo, you are nothing. Halimbawa, if you don't belong to the members of medical doctors here in the Philippines, you are nothing to the government. Or parang it is said that wala kang pakinabang. Ganon. Individuals in a literal sense is nothing. Pero if you belong to a group, for example, you belong to the professional teachers here in the Philippines. So you have a sense of duty here in this community, here in the Philippines. Ganon. So, but sabi dito, embodied belief in strength through unity. So, 'di ba? Hindi talaga malakas kapag hindi sama-sama, ganon. Ayan, 'di ba? So, they are tagged as, or this is a belief that tagged as kung mag-isa ka, wala kang kwenta, parang ganon. Another definition of fascism is a governmental system led by a dictator having complete power, forcibly suppressing opposition and criticism, regimenting all industry, commerce, etc., and emphasizing an aggressive nationalism and often racism. So in fascism, di ba nga, pag wala kang kwenta, and wala kang naitutulang sa lipunan, so they won't take care of you. Diba? And in the form of peacefulness, they use violence. You see, fascism movements promote violent conflict between nations, political factions, and races as part of a social Darwinist view. Yun. To have a peaceful community, they use, or under this idea, they use violence. So, kung may idea na kayo about what's happening, okay. Is it conservatism, fascism, anarchism? Yeah. Think about it, right? Kung, ayan. So here, I saw this one on the internet. This is very latest picture, ha? So there are a lot of activism rally going on because they believed that Duterte is exercising fascism here in the Philippines because of the killing of the PNP, yung mga, 'di ba, yung mga police pumapatay na lang ng mga tao because of drugs, and that is a form of violence to have peacefulness, right? So kapag, 'di ba, if you're an individual without profession, you don't have contribution to the government, to the community, and namatay ka, they won't even look at you, or they won't even process the justice that you deserve, 'di ba? Halimbawa, pag namatay yung isang basurero dun sa tabi o yung isang pulube, here right now, the police officers won't even investigate about the cause of the death, 'di ba? Paano pag pinatay yun? Eh, hindi nila pinaprocess. So, that falls under, if you are an individual, you are nothing. If you don't do anything to the government or to the community, you are nothing. Yan. Here naman, dito sa baba, this is, nakita ko siya sa internet. So, eto, minodify nila yung flag ng Pilipinas because this one, di ba? This is a, sulat na ako. Draw. This is a speaker, parang megaphone. And this is a dynamite. Is it a dynamite? Yan, it's like a
Yes,
form
ma'am.
of bomb. Oh. If you speak, di ba? Kapag nagreklamo ka, lagot ka, mamamatay ka. That is the interpretation of this logo
Flag.
here. Yeah. Kapag if you speak against the government, they will kill you, di ba? Right now? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan. So here naman, the interpretation here is hindi mo na alam ang peaceful at ang war. Kaya may red sa pula, ay may red sa asul at may pula sa asul. Ayan. May
Full.
interchangeableness. May, 'di ba? Naghahalo na yung color. Wala nang unified na color na blue and red. So it means that hindi mo na alam kung peaceful pa ba or may gera na, or may gera ba or peaceful, ganun. That is the interpretation of that flag. Next. Ayaw na siyang ma-next. Wait lang. Ayaw ma-next. Next is liberalism. So liberalism, its core theme is a commitment to the individual and the structure of the society in which individuals can satisfy their interest or achieve fulfillment. So a party list well known for their liberalism political ideology is the Liberal Party. So dito under si Aquino, si former President Aquino, under siya sa Liberal Party. Dito sa Liberal Party, naniniwala sila na ang bawat individual ay may binibigay na contribution sa pag-unlad ng gobyerno or ng community. They take, here the idea is you take care of the individuals and the individuals will take care of the government or the community. It says that in which individuals can satisfy their interest or achieve fulfillment. So, pinapahalagahan ang bawat individuals para maabot ang kanilang mga gustong mangyari. Next. Socialism, opposition to capitalism, and its attempt to provide a more humane and socially worthwhile alternative, a middle point between capitalism and communism. So sa socialism naman ay ang mga workers ang pinapahalagahan. So example, workers must sell their labor power to make a living. Ayan. So ito naman, it is a rally of workers. Parang they are asking for more wage. So in socialism, it concentrates on workers, or to provide a more humane and socially worthwhile art alternative. Yan. So dito dapat makatao ka naman. Dito naman sa liberalism, pinapahalagahan ka individually, di ba? Dito naman your your contribution as a worker is the important thing here. Next, capitalism. So capitalism is an ideology that is focused on profit and production in privately owned. So ito yung mga big giants na sinasabi nila, or tyrant. Yan. So here, mostly capitalism are the businessmen. And here, I provided you the top 10 richest families in the Philippines. So mostly, sila ang may madaming mga businesses dito sa Pilipinas, right? So number 1 is Henry C. So ang business niya ay diversified. Ibig sabihin, iba-iba siya ng negosyo. Sino ang nakakaalam kay Henry C? Ano ba ang business niya? Si Henry C ay ang SM, di ba? Yeah. At madami pa siyang business aside from that. Next is the Manny Villar. So, real estate, yung Camellia. Next is John Gokong Wei Jr. Food and beverage. Ang alam ko dito ay si Kang Chong. Yan. Sila yung mga may-ari ng Jollibee, mga ganon. Yung mga food chains, bank chains, mga real estate, ports. Andyan din yung may-ari ng Cebu Pacific, PAL-E, AirAsia. Ang AirAsia is Malaysia. Yung PAL, ganon. So sila ay under, if you're a businessman, you're under capitalism, or you're a capitalist political ideology. Here, there is a conflict of interest. Bakit? Manny Villar is a former politician. So, when he is actually a politician, he protected the capitalist group here in the Philippines. So, may mga bill siyang pinasa to protect the businesses here in the Philippines and to protect himself too. That is conflict of interest. Hindi ka loyal sa trabaho mo as a politician, as a servant of the Filipinos. Next. Ayaw niya mag-move. Nationalism. An ideology that promotes the interest of a particular nation, especially with the aim of gaining and maintaining the nation's sovereignty over its homeland. So one example is the Made in the Philippines campaign. So a particular political party is the Bayan Muna party list, diba? So if there are may nakikita silang mga issues regarding the halimbawa sa Spratly Island, mostly ang nagtutalk about the topic is the Bayan Muna party list, because they are the one who believe that we should protect our nation against other countries or other nationalities. Ganun. This one, Made in the Philippines campaign, is the Bayan Muna? Hindi. Ano na yung si Carlo? Yun. There is a program before that parang tangkilikin ng sariling atin, something like that. And sovereignty is the highest form of mapapag-aralan natin yan soon. Next, feminism. Ito naman is, this aims to define, establish, and achieve the political, economic, personal, and social equality of the sexes. So here, the political party that is well known as for being a feminist political ideology is Gabriela. So they believe that they believe in the woman empowerment na madaming na i-contribute ang woman sa pag-unlad ng bansa, and they protect their rights, yung mga na-abuse sila, ang mga that specific group is the one who sila yung tumutulong for that specific lady or woman. So a well-known politician that is exercising the political ideology of feminism is Risa Hontiveros. Ito siya. Palagi siyang nagtutok kapag merong issues about woman abuse, kapag may mga namamatay na, ayun, yung sa violence ng mga woman. Next. That's all, actually. So these are the political ideologies. So naisip nyo na ba kung saan kayo dyan? So leftist. So kapag leftist ka, tignan nyo. Dapat, in political ideology, nandito ka lang dapat. Nandito ka dapat sa moderate. Why? Because if you went too much to the right side, here, fascist, there is violence, right? If you went to the left, communist, there is also violence, NPA. Ang mga NPA ay communism.
Apo.
Yeah. So, if you have political ideology, you should be in the moderate area only. Dito ka lang dapat sa gitna para yun, hindi ka ikulong. Diba? Pag nalaman, kapag if you went to rallies and they saw you as a communist, nalaman nila NPA ka, kukulong ka nila. The government will... Yeah, diba? Madaming mga nagrarally that are exercising their political ideology na ikinukulong, diba? Because they are against the government. So, are you a leftist or a rightist? And so, I saw this poster from a specific... Ayaw mag-exit nitong PowerPoint ko. Yan. So, I saw this poster in a specific website. Sinabi daw ni Duterte that he is a leftist. So, let's go back. What is a leftist? What is your left? What is your right? Then, dito sinabi niya, I am a socialist. A socialist is here. In the moderate area lang siya. So, the statement of our president is actually contradicting. So, may mga political analysts na nag-comment about this statement of our president. Ang gulo-gulo ni president. And if you said that you're a leftist, you're under communist, because or a fascist, because you exercise violence. Is he exercising violence right now? Is he kinokontrol ba niya yung iba't ibang sektor ng lipunan ngayon as a president in a violent way? Ayan. So that is his statement. I am a leftist. Ayan. So here, that is Donald Trump, and this is our president. They are doing the feast, what do you call that? Actually, this kind of sign was used as hand sign for fascist. Yan. Parang violence, ganun. But there are other definitions that this sign Meaning niya, it's like togetherness, ganun. Power. Yan. Nakita ko lang. Okay. It is important to realize that ideology is not just something that is important to politics or politicians. Ideology influences all of our lives, but in works in such a way we often unaware of its influences, di ba? We are, if you didn't know this ideologies, hindi mo malalaman na ang nangyayari na pala dito sa Pilipinas ay ganito na. Or ang bawat rally na yon ay binubuo ng mga taong naniniwala sa ganito. Ganon. So kapag nakita nyo na ang Gabriela ay naniniwala sa political ideology na feminism. Re-realize mo na bawat rally ay merong political ideology na pinaniniwalaan or that specific group of people. Yan. And it influences other people, parang naging, ano na nila, what do you call that? Parang, I have a friend, he became an activist. So, ayun, nasobrahan niya, inabsorb niya ng mabuti. Nasa Manila na siya ngayon. And he is fighting against the government. Aktivista na siya ngayon. Ayun. Because he knew that there's something wrong about the things that's happening right now here in the Philippines. Okay. Let's have a simple activity. So ito, ano kaya ang 4-peak, one word lang yan? For you, ano kaya ang pinapakita ng 4-peak na to? Ano? It is ideology. Because there is a left and a right. Okay? Next, ito. Ano kaya to? Anong ideology ang pinapakita nito? Hey.
Feminism.
Feminism po.
Feminism.
Feminism. Very good. Next. Ano ito? Yung sign na yan, ano yan?
Anarchism.
Oh, Anarchism. Very good. Next.
Hindi.
Nationalism.
Nationalism. Very good. Next. This is violence.
Capitalism.
Sino yun?
Capitalism.
Sino yung isang sumasagot?
Ako, sir.
Ano yung isang sagot bukod sa capitalism?